Hello, FIFA Mobile fans. Welcome to FIFA Mobile Live. We have episode 9 here today. My name's Antoine. We're here to talk about FIFA Mobile. How is everybody doing? It's good to be back. Good to be back on the show. It's been a minute since we've had a show like this, so great to be back on. Great to have the Twitch channel going. It's great to see everyone in chat here. Spooky Antoine, yes, I've got the fancy background here for Scream Team. I should have actually put on like a Halloween costume. That would have been good. Go with the theme here, but yeah, it's great to see you guys all in chat. How is everybody doing? Is everybody doing good? Seeing a lot of names I recognize. Awesome. Some folks in the community. I see you guys. Hello, hello. See some VIPs coming in. Good to see you guys. So yeah, we shows at a little bit of a different time today. We're doing it at reset. So a little bit later than we've done normally, but it's going to be worth it. We've got a lot of cool stuff to show in the show today. We've got a full slate. We've got Hero's Journey. We got Scream Team. We also have a special guest that's going to be coming on the show today. So excited to bring that all to you guys. But before we get into all of that, I want to hear in chat, how is your group stage challengers progress going? And also, how are you finding the event? Like it's a big event. There's a lot of cool players in there, but I want to know, how have you found it? What have been your impressions on it? Because we haven't talked really since it went out. So I want to hear from you guys in chat. How are you finding GSC? Are you getting mostly UCL players, I would imagine? Is anyone waiting for a special UEL player? I think I've been seeing a lot about this certain player that is probably coming out in UEL, but we'll share more on that at some point. But let's see, reading in the chat here, I'm seeing a lot of good reviews here. I agree. Yeah, I mean, Van der Sar being the event icon, that was something the team really was pushing for, to have an event icon like that in GSC that was easily accessible if you played the whole event. So as someone who's on the community team, it was great to see that. Props to the design team for getting that in there. And then also just the player selection too, that's already come out, but also what's to come later. We'll also make sure to share a few of those players later on in the show for tomorrow's update. But yeah, seeing some good reviews here. I think for the most part, it seems like this, compared to kickoff rivalries, I feel like GSC has gone a little bit smoother so far. Knock on wood, obviously. But yeah, it's been kind of fun to play. One thing I was actually curious about with group stage challengers is, what have you guys all thought of the challenge mode? It's very head-to-head heavy. 5 matches in multiple UCL, UEL, and UECL. How have you guys found that challenge mode? Has it been fun for you? Has it been a lot? Like, kind of curious how that's going for chat. Too difficult? That's fair. That's fair. Easy. I mean, if you like head-to-head, it's definitely fun. And the requirements to enter aren't too difficult. It's like any UCL player or any UEL or UECL player in your lineup. And I'm sure some of you know how to do a certain thing with your lineup to make it pretty easy. Good, too hard. That's fair. It is a lot of matches. And that was the other thing as well I was curious about, was the matches in just the group stage matches that you're playing, like the AI matches. How have you guys found that? Is it, I mean, the difficulty is quite low, so they're not difficult to play through, especially if your team is at least 100 to 110 OVR, and obviously the ones above that it's going to be really easy just to autoplay. But it's a lot of matches compared to what we've normally had, so I'm curious in that regard. Has that been a lot, or is it just being kind of, you set it off to the side and autoplay? Because personally, that's what I've kind of done. It's just autoplay, boom, go through it, get your rewards, and obviously get your hullet, which I assume everybody in this chat has claimed hullet already and is using them in their team. Yeah, I mean, his stats, obviously, like, Prime Hullet came out a while ago, so it's hard to compare, but you look at, like, Enhanced Base Hullet, and it's like, yeah, this is a solid item that's bossing it in head-to-head, and also versus attack. But yeah, that was kind of what I wanted to talk about first before we got into the introduction, but it's good to see that a lot of people are kind of happy with group stage challengers, and obviously there'll be more players coming out. That's going to be really exciting. Also, the other thing I'm seeing just popping up in chat is about news about the season. So I don't have any news to share about the season right now, but we are working on something that will shed more light on that and will help the community understand what's to come. And don't have a timetable exactly for it, but we are working on that as we speak. So more news on the season to come. Great. So that's kind of some of the things I wanted to talk about right off the bat, but also Hero's Journey. So I'm sure most of you know, but if you didn't notice on our channels, or you just don't maybe go into Hero's Journey, there's 6 new superheroes that were updated and were added to the mode. So we'll pull that up on screen right now in case you missed it. These 6, from Janola to Cole, Campos, Cahill, Di Natale, and Curler. Chat, I'm curious, who out of here, obviously Janola, everybody loves Janola. You guys have been asking for him since this event dropped. Outside of him, who's kind of a guy that you've really been surprised by? I'm seeing a few Di Natales. I saw also Curler looks quite solid as a center back. But first off, who out of these 6 are you going for? Di Natale. I'm actually even thinking a Di Natale, Baggio, Italian striker with a CF. Those are 2 really solid items if you wanted to run that. Cahill is incredible. So he's at a center mid, which I think a lot of people were, I mean, he played center mid at Everton and other spots, but I think most people think of it as a striker, but we went with center mid here. But it seems like a lot of folks are using him. Campos, it's funny, Campos is a short goalie, so I'm curious, has anyone noticed like the height at all with using him? I mean, they've only been out for a day, so it's kind of tough to tell. Seeing a few Coles at right wing. Yeah, there's some good answers in here. Seems actually quite a lot of variety. Like, I was expecting everyone to just go with Janola, but it seems like a lot of people are trying out different heroes. And also the exchanges are a little more reasonably priced at, especially because the OVRs here are still competitive. And that was the one thing about the first update, was they were a little low compared to when they were coming out, versus now 104 with about the same requirements should put you in the same price range for coins off the market. So that's kind of the plan going forward with Heroes Journeys, is we're going to update these superheroes. We're going to be dropping them in batches of 6 in a few weeks time. I think we're looking at the next one in about 5 weeks, 5 to 6 weeks. I think 6 weeks actually, I'll have to check. And it'll be 6 new superheroes with obviously updated OVRs. So that's kind of the plan for the rest of this event as we go throughout the season. And the OVRs, yes, will be competitive. I think that first week was kind of a situation in itself. But anyways, enough about Hero's Journey. Let's pop over now to what a lot of you all want to see, and that's Scream Team related news. So Scream Team, obviously it's an event that has deep roots in FIFA Mobile. You guys have seen Scream Team in previous seasons. We've all come to love Scream Team and kind of the art. So one thing, if you missed it, we shared the player item art for Scream Team. Let's pull that up on screen right here. Just take a quick look. So first chat, what do you all think of the art here for Scream Team? What are we thinking? First impressions, folks. What are we saying? What's the rating out of 10 here? What are we thinking? Like there's some cool goo. There's a little bit of the orange. It's a little more on the simple side on the outside compared to others, but it's a nice clean look, and obviously the goo kind of makes it pop. So seeing some nice ratings here. Yeah, our team always does an awesome job. It's always exciting to see when they release like the items they work on and the creative know-how that goes into it is really, really awesome to see. So they read through a lot of these comments too. So they really appreciate the feedback that comes in about art, and it seems like there's some pretty solid feedback coming in about it. And the goblin, it's kind of got a goblin Scooby-Doo kind of look, I guess. But yeah, solid work for it. So great. The other thing here, Scream Team related. So we will be having a Scream Team community challenge. So it's kind of a new thing we haven't done for a while, but if you remember from previous years, there was a community challenge in like 2018, I want to say 2017. It's been a while, but just wanted to quickly note out that there will be a community challenge as a whole. We're all going to come together, and based on how many quests we play, we're going to be getting rewards granted to the whole community. So more news on that in the coming days with Scream Team. Exactly, like 2017 with St. Patrick's Day. It'll be like a similar kind of thing. So it'll be a really cool activity for everyone to obviously play Scream Team, complete quests, and together we all get to earn rewards. There'll be a player, there'll be some kits, and there'll be some resources in there too. So it's a fun thing as a community we can all do and earn some fun rewards too. The kits look awesome. I'm really excited for that. So more on that tomorrow, but I just wanted to let you guys all know before we get into Scream Team players and a bunch of other questions come up. So great. Let's then go to what a lot of you want to see here first, and those are the Scream Team players. So let's pull that up on screen right here. Drum roll. Here we are. The Scream Team top 12 players that we wanted to feature here on the banner, starting with Mbappe, Vardy and Ter Stegen as the 103s, and then we head into some 102s with Mitrovic, Mario Hermoso, and Silas, followed then by Ibarrechi Eze, Ben Rama, Adama Traore, and then wrapping up with Barrow Orban and a Scream Team regular, Marouane Fellaini. So a few Scream Team regulars you probably have noticed, like Vardy, Hermoso, Fellaini. So some interesting players here. And obviously, I don't think a lot of people are expecting that in Mbappe, but at a right wing position will be different if that fits like a... if you're looking for a right wing, he's going to have some really solid stats, and we'll show that in a bit. And then, yeah, obviously Fellaini and Vardy and Hermoso, some regulars from there. So yeah, chat, what are we looking at here? I'm seeing some reviews here. Ter Stegen, long time coming, agreed. Vardy's a classic, yep. Let's see here. Some interesting reviews. Yeah, it seems like a lot of folks aren't exactly impressed with a few of these guys. I mean, is it the position maybe? Okay. Mitrovic has had a solid start, and obviously last year at Fulham was really good. Yes, Vardy will be a solid striker at 103. So yeah, chat, these are for tomorrow, the event, Scream Team. So it seems like a little bit of mixed reactions in chat here, at least first impressions, but we'll get into the stats to show more. However, we have a special guest here to help us navigate this Scream Team event. You've all met him before, about a month or so ago. It's Trey. Trey's back on the show. Welcome, Trey, to FIFA Mobile Live.
Thank you, Antoine. I'm glad to be back. It's been too long.
Yeah, no, it's great to have you on the show. For everyone in chat, if you haven't met Trey before, Trey is a designer on the FIFA mobile team. He works on a lot of different things with the game, including he's worked on Scream Team as well with a bunch of other folks on the team. So it's great to have you on, Trey. Are you excited for Scream Team? Are you looking forward to it?
Oh man, I am so exciting. I'm hollering. But on a serious note though, I can't wait for Skin Team to come out. The art looks amazing. We have a couple of new cool features for you guys, and I can't wait to talk about them soon.
Totally, totally. I mean, it's the art looks awesome. The players look great. I'm really excited to get into it. So I see in chat a lot of folks are know Trey, and I think there's people who recognize you from last time. Was it dubs in the
It's
chat
been
for
a while.
Trey?
It's been a while.
It's
Glad
been
to
a
see you
minute,
again,
yeah.
chat. Hope you guys haven't been too lonely without me.
um, so I'm actually going to pull up gameplay here for Scream Team, and we're going to have Trey walk us through it. Just bear with me for one moment. Just going to get it set up here on my screen. But here we go. Get that going. And I think we've got it up here. So we're going to pop over to some Scream Team gameplay. And I think we
Exciting.
can... here we go. So chat, you guys all see this on the screen. We have Scream Team. So I'm going to leave it to you here, Trey, if you want to kind of kick us off. What goes on here in this first chapter?
Awesome. So as you see at the very beginning, we can kind of see what we have in store for some of the players. We have Mbappe as one of our key players we're trying to get to. But going in here, we'll first start off with the first skill game we play. That kind of has some rewards for us. If you click on it, you can see that you can earn torchlight points. These points here will help you get more rewards in other chapters. So the torchlight points are kind of primarily used in the haunted house chapter, but we'll get to that later. For now, you can go and play either a skill game again, and then from there you can branch off to either playing a PvE match if you really do enjoy playing 11 versus 11. But if you want to kind of save a little bit more time and do some other stuff, you can go in and play a skill game. The skill game is kind of like the choice of, do you want to kind of engage with it, or do you want to kind of have fun and play a little bit of a quick skill game to go back to GSE. But once you've completed this, you'll notice that there's a milestone right next to it that says complete it by playing 2 skill games. The rewards here is some credit that gives to the Scream Team Pass. And Scream Team Pass is a pretty cool feature where you get a lot of rewards. I mean, we're all used to it by now, right? So, yeah.
Totally.
There's also a couple other more rewards, a couple other more milestones, sorry, where we can claim GSC points and a Scream Team player gacha pool. So you can see it over here where it is the Scream Team player and GSC points for playing 5 skill games or matches. So this kind of allows you to kind of do something here and kind of go somewhere else and do something more there and come back here to have some more fun as well too. It's definitely a good way to get more and have a fun time. If you scroll a bit more to the right, you can see there's a Wishes Bank. Here is a little thing for you where you can come in every day. It can accumulate over time. So first day you come in, you'll see this offering of 1 candy and 100 torchlight points. You can either get the torchlight points right away, and each day it refills. But say you kind of skip a couple days, you don't come in for a couple days. This spot here will build up over time. So on say day 4, you come in, you'll be able to claim 5 of those candies as well as 100 torchlight points. So it's kind of a way to get a bit more without having to always feel like you have to come back in every day. So we kind of want you guys to still be able to claim all the rewards and get a little bit extra. with this.
Totally. So it seems like we're having um, a little bit of technical issues here with the gameplay just popping up. I don't know if you're seeing that on your screen a little bit. So what we're going to quickly do is we're just going to pull up an image here. We're going to go back to our view here. I'm just going to retry our gameplay here because I noticed it was a little bit of some lag there. So one moment, just bear with me here. I'm going to do a little bit of...
No worries. So yeah, as I was saying earlier, just to kind of fill it in, there's a lot to do. There's quite a bit to do here. You can get a lot of things really quickly, really easily from the very first couple of sections there. And we also wanted to give you guys a bit more take back into GSE, because we do know that GSE is something that we are working hard at, and I know you guys are having fun with that, right? So we all got to work hard for that Vandasar. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm working my butt off for it. How about you, Antoine?
Totally. I mean, it's not too often that we get a goalkeeper of 104 OVR caliber that we can go out and get, especially event icons. So I'm excited for it. I mean, I think we'll be getting him in a few weeks' time. As a free to play, should be pretty solid. And then that Hullet, I think, is another one that a lot of people have been raving about. I see him all the time in head to head.
Hullet's amazing. I'm actually really happy we were able to bring Hullet back again. I remember Hullet was amazing when we had him last year in a different event, and to be able to have him as both a prime and an enhanced icon is amazing. I personally have not yet gotten him yet. I missed a week. I missed two of the rotations for the matches, and I just didn't get him that time. And I'm like, okay, cool. This week I'm getting him, and I have to have Hullet on my team because it's all about total football. It's all about being the best player you can be, no matter where you're playing, right? So, looking forward to playing with him and challenging you later on in head-to-head.
Totally. I think actually we're able to pull up the gameplay again. Sorry, chat, everybody. We were having a little bit of some tech issues with our gameplay. How we looking now? Seems like we still get that little bit of... We're getting a little bit of a blur there. Yeah. So I think we're going to pull up some images instead. Yeah, some people in chat are noticing it. So yeah, I think we're at a point, Trey, where we can probably talk here about Witches competition, which is the next chapter in Scream Team. Do you want to take us through this?
For sure. Witch competition is kind of like what you guys have been asking for that head-to-head type of events within the event. So here we kind of wanted to give you guys that challenge of playing as someone else, where you can kind of try to challenge the witch. The witch obviously being your opponent and not an actual witch, but this is also a place for you to enter the competition and earn some rewards by completing some milestones. So you see on the right there's score 5 goals in competition, score 10 goals, score 20 goals. And each of those gives you a different reward. For the reward itself, I can tell you the answer now, but I kind of want to leave it a little bit surprise for you guys to come see it. But I will tell you that it does give you some Torchlight points and some Scream Team credits. So you'll be getting some credits for your pass, and you'll be getting some Torchlight points. And then going back to some of the milestones we saw earlier, there's some more milestones that can give you more GSC points. So you see here it says play 8 Witches competition matches. There you go. You can see those 8 that you can play for there. So that will probably take about 2 days for you to do. And then weekly we have one where over the course of the whole event you can complete this twice. So you'll be able to earn 2 players as well as earning a lot of Torchlight points. So it's very useful to kind of come in, play, and get a lot of value out of that. So up next, we have the next section, which is Summon the Ghost. Summon the Ghost is similar to what we had before. I think you guys remember the fishing hole? That's kind of similar to that. So here you can see that there's some top tier rewards that you can earn, Barrow being the first one that we have here. And each day these players will cycle through and be a new one. As you can see over the spend earn section there, you'll be spending those candies that you'll be earning in the main chapter to earn torchlight points, some other special candy wrappers, which you can turn back in for new candies, and some more players. So definitely a lot to earn here, including a bunch of coins, skill boosts, and other items. Further on the path, we have other things. We have this little tiki ghost here to kind of be a little spooky spook for you. So this is where you will be putting in your candies. So these will be the 3 sections for this. And we try to have a little bit of fun with this by having different faces and kind of being creative with this. And yet again, shout out to the art team because they always do an amazing job with this. And on the next picture, you can see some more information that we have. So we have Summoning the Ghost, which can either be pulling on these rewards to find the candies, and then the torchlights here. So on the right one, you see that the candy with ×1, that is the scrapper. We will basically be putting it in, taking your wrappers, and then be giving you back a new candy to just be spending on other sections. And then here is our little milestone path. So this milestone path here will be where you will continue to spend more and unlock more along the path. So however much you'll be able to spend on those different chances to earn the players, you'll be earning different things. So you can see we start off with a little bit of coins, players, and a rank item. As you go further down, there'll be more rewards for you to earn. So further down the path is a lot more information. So next up is the Haunted House. This is the very spooky section that kind of reminds you of those haunted houses that you would have in those fairs. Something like that, but not quite as immersive, but still a good time. So with the Haunted House, it's similar to Tropical Tour with the branching paths, the dynamic backgrounds, and the good awesome placement of the players. If we can go to the next picture, you'll see that there's also little trinkets as well too. These little trinket treats are amazing because you can get the cool ghost emote, and when you guys see it in game, you'll love it. It is super cute, but also super spooky. Trust me on that one. We also have some GSE points here to help also with the progress on GSE. There's an awesome Scream Team logo, some more players, training transfer items, coins, and some skill boosts. And then spending those torchlights here, you can use those torchlights to also earn the milestones. So if you earn 2 of the players from this path, you can also earn this cool trick or treat kit. It's more of a treat than a trick in my opinion, but it looks amazing either way. There's also Hernandez, and Hernandez looks amazing. His hair looks lovely, and the player item just looks really good. What do you think, Antoine?
Yeah, I agree. It looks like with the wreaths is awesome, and then obviously that kit. So I'm pretty excited about these 2 milestones. And then as you were mentioning with the logo, and also there's that ghost emote is pretty cool. But yeah, this is pretty similar to Tropical Tour, I think, in terms of the layout. If you guys remember that in July, was it July or August? It was the summertime, where you would go down the path together. Exactly, yeah. So yeah, if you want to keep on going here with the path, it's pretty self-explanatory, right?
Oh, for sure, for sure. As you can see, the path does branch away to show off those different players. You can see how some of the players are hiding in different haunted houses, trying to be the little surprise spook that you all know them to be as. As you go through further down the path onto the next ones, we can see more players being shown off there. And at the very end of the path, we have both Hermoso and Mitrovic, and these both are literally screaming their lungs off. But they look amazing, and I can't wait to see them in game. So, was curious for you, Antoine. What do you think of the reward path? The haunted house.
Yeah, I think it's obviously the art's awesome, and then the players within it. I'm looking through, and like, there's a few guys that stand out. I mean, Fellaini is not the most like meta player in the game. He's kind of a slower center mid, but in terms of rewards there for folks could come down the path, I think he'll be popular. And then obviously the Hermoso Mitrovic there at 102s are going to be really solid. So yeah, I'm digging the haunted house section, and then obviously like those trinkets are fun. And then there's that 94 plus trinket that should have some interesting players in there. So yeah, I think community knows what to expect with this, and I think it'll be solid.
I can't wait for everyone to see that ghost. That ghost, when we looked at it earlier, was amazing. Definitely my next favorite emote I'm gonna aim for.
Totally.
I think also for me, looking at it right now, I think there's a lot to be able to earn to go back to GSC. There's a lot of points that can also help our progress in GSC. There's also some cool art. The player items look amazing, and I think that the teams worked really hard to give you guys this new Witch's Bank feature to kind of keep you guys going in the event. So I hope you guys will definitely like that part of it.
Totally agree. There's some really cool designs here that like we're taking things that the community knows about already, and it's not going to be a surprise to them, but there's a few newer things in there, like you said, the Witch's Bank, or even just that Witch's competition where it's mostly scoring goals in verse attack, which is a little bit different, takes the emphasis away from winning. And then I feel like people won't be as focused on like the matchmaking, because sure, it's important obviously not to get matched up with someone who's going to destroy you in verse attack. But if you know that it's about scoring goals, I think it takes the pressure off there. So I'm looking forward to that kind of a different focus in verse attack.
For sure. I'm looking forward to seeing what people can do and like how far they can get on the milestones. This should be a fun time this time around.
Agreed, totally. So I think just looking through what we've gone through, I'm still working here to get the gameplay up. It was a little bit laggy before, but I think what we'll try here, if there's anything that we missed, I'm just quickly going through. One thing we might just want to mention is there is a Scream Team Pass. I know we mentioned that kind of at the start, and it's very similar to like the Tropical Tour Path and other sub passes. Was there anything, Trey, here that was like, I guess that you're looking forward to on the Scream Team Pass? I know there's that 100 Adama Traore. He looks real good.
You called it. Adama definitely is one thing that I'm looking forward to hopefully get. Definitely a cool player to get. There's also a bunch of just rewards like coin skill boosts, candies, and torchlight points that are gonna be coming through the Scream Team Pass. And yeah, this one should be a fun one to kind of go through and get done with it. Totally.
And I think I saw a few people asking in the chat here if we didn't clarify how long this event is going for. It's October 20th, so tomorrow, and it'll go until the 3rd. Is that correct, Trey?
That is correct. It's a 14-day long event.
Yeah.
November 3rd is
the
end of it.
So yeah, chat. What do we think overall? Scream Team, how are we feeling about it as an event? Let's see what chat is saying here.
Drum roll for the W's. Let's go.
Yeah. hoping. Interesting. Where are the 103s? Oh, so that's a good question, actually. So there's, I know people are going to be asking about Mbappe. Mbappe is in the store. There is then the 103 event icon that's in the milestones. And then I believe Vardy, who's the other 103, is going to be in, hold up a second. Where is he? Yeah, he's in like, he's in a pack as well. And I think, do a quick check here. Yeah, he's in that. You can also get him from the haunted house path as well, like from the random 94 plus. He'll be in there as well as one of the trinkets.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
remember seeing Vardy as one of those pack players we saw earlier. So the milestones, when you complete those ones, you have a chance at pulling one of those pack players. He's in that pool of players you can get.
totally. So yeah, you can. Some people might get lucky on there if you open enough nodes on the haunted house path. But yeah, overall though, Scream Team tomorrow we have the community challenge as well, which will be fun. We'll work together as a community, complete a lot of quests, get some cool rewards. So yeah, I think that kind of wraps up what we had here with Scream Team. Thank you, Trey, for coming on the show. A little, obviously, unfortunately, we couldn't get our gameplay working here, but you did an awesome job. Thank you for running us through the event.
No problem, anytime. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, it's great. It's definitely want to have you back on the show soon. We got to get Trey on there. So thank you, Trey, for coming on. It's been a pleasure.
I'll see y'all in the next time.
See ya. Great. So that was thank you, Trey. That was great to have someone from the design team on. It was yeah, we kind of got a nice walkthrough from a designer's perspective. Events looking solid. I'm gonna give it one last shot here for the gameplay. I'm gonna see here, gonna do a final little try because we have a few giveaway players, obviously, and I wanted to show off some stats. You know, want to show you guys stats of these Scream Team players. So we're gonna give this one last shot here, if we're able to. It was kind of acting up on me. Let's see. So let's see if we're... So yeah, it seems interesting. Kind of definitely unfortunate at this point that I can't show you guys the exact stats of the players. However, as a workaround, I'm going to pull up the banner here. We're going to get those 12 Scream Team players I pulled up. And I'm going to quickly rattle through the stats for some of these top guys, because I know that's what a lot of you are looking for. So with Mbappe, the one that stands out is he's got 123 pace. So he's going to be a really, really fast right winger. Same pace, I think, as Vinicius, the Utahs, who's a really, really fast winger himself. Yeah, that's true. The gameplay is haunted. You know what? It is haunting me right now that I can't get this up. But make do. I'll read through some of the stats here. So Mbappe, he's got 123 pace, he's got 122 agility, and he's got 120 shooting, and he's got agility for his skill boost. So those are his kind of big stats that you'll be interested to see. Hernandez, the event icon, he has 114 pace, 119 shooting, 115 agility with finishing. So that is the other big 103. Another player here, Vardy, you'll want to see is he's got 110 pace, 113 shooting, and 107 agility with also 100 physical. So solid there, and he's got target man. And then Ter Stegen, I think some people will want to see his stats. Very all-around goal, very solid all-around goalie. 121 for diving, 123 for positioning, 117 for handling, with then 123 for reflexes. And his skill boost is number 1. So I'll quickly then go through Mitrovic here. Mitrovic is a bit slower with 103 pace, but he makes up for that with 117 physical and 115 shooting, as well as target man for his skill boost. So Hermoso, 102 pace, 116 defending, 110 physical, and he has defending. So those are the ones. And then Silas as well as a left mid. He's got 118 pace with 119 agility, and he's got long shots. So those are the two things to look at with Silas. And then after that, the rest of these guys, you'll have to check them out when they come up tomorrow. But they are some solid stats, especially that Adama. That Adama is quite fast. And I'm seeing a lot of people in chat write UCL. Yes, I can share some of the UCL players here. I don't have like the gameplay or the banners to show, but I will pull up a couple of the players that are coming out tomorrow, because I know we are excited about group stage challengers, and the update for the groups E and F is the next ones that are coming out on October 20th, so that's tomorrow. So these are from the teams like Chelsea, Real Madrid, Milan, Leipzig, Shakhtar Donetsk, RB Salzburg, Dinamo Zagreb. So yeah, I see you guys with UCL here. Are you guys ready to hear some of the top players coming out tomorrow? So quickly here for UCL is we have David Alaba coming out tomorrow. We also have a Moroccan right mid. We then also have a Danish striker who plays in the Bundesliga for Leipzig. I mean, at this point, it's pretty easy to guess. So we have him. And then the other major ones you'll want to know is there's an Italian center mid. Is he center mid? No, he's a CDM actually. CDM for AC Milan, which will be solid at a 104 there. And then we also have a Slovenian from Salzburg who has been making waves in the Champions League, so he will be real solid. And then, yeah, we'll go away from Scream Team here because I don't want it to make it confusing. We'll pop that down. So I'm talking here about some of the Champions League players that are coming out tomorrow. So like I said, there's a Austrian center back that plays for Real Madrid. I think you know who that is. Easy to tell. There's a Moroccan right mid that plays for Chelsea. Easy to guess. Then there's also the Italian CDM that plays for AC Milan. That's easy. And then another top one is a French player who plays for Manchester United. He is at left mid, and he is at a high OVR. So these are all some of the guys over 100, either 103, 104, and then I think one of the guys I mentioned was like 100. So I'm seeing the guesses in here. Yep, you guys are on the dot when it comes to those guesses. And then finally as well, there is a icon coming out tomorrow. There's an event icon, and he is a center back, so a CB. He is Italian, and he won the World Cup in 2006. He also won the Ballon d'Or as the last. He was the last defender, if I believe, to win that award in 2006, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. There we go. Yep. We got the guesses. So he will be the event icon coming in tomorrow as well. So those were some of the GSC players. Wanted to kind of tip the hand about who's there. Otherwise, in terms of general news here, like I said, season news, we'll have that coming up fairly soon. We're still working on that for what to expect for the season. Obviously, Hero's Journey went out yesterday. We showed those players. Scream Team is tomorrow. You'll see those players in the event. So that kind of leads us here to kind of the giveaways. So it's something we normally end up with. And as usual, we will be giving out the choice of 2 players. So it'll be between the 103 OVR right winger Kylian Mbappe. So he will have a different action shot, different image for his giveaway item. Or you could choose the 102 OVR striker Mitrovic from Fulham. So you get the choice between Mbappe or Mitrovic. 103 for Mbappe, 102 for Mitrovic. So we're going to get that going here, chat. We have hashtag Scream is what we're popping up for the giveaway. So if you want to drop that in there, hashtag Scream, we'll get these giveaways going, and we'll do 5 of them. There we go. Hashtag Scream in the chat. Not Scream Team, just hashtag Scream for these giveaways. So pop that in there. It doesn't have to be capitalized. To you. That'll get you entered into the giveaway. So yeah, those while we go through these giveaways, usually I'm used to playing skill games or playing matches with the lineup, but unfortunately it was not meant to be. There's some kind of spooky thing going on here with my phone. In the theme of Scream Team, something's spooky, something's up. If it wasn't for those meddling Scream Team players. So hashtag Scream as you guys are doing in there. But we make do with what we got here. The show must go on. So we have our first winner here. We'll pull that up on screen here. Your choice of Mbappe or Mitrovic is Quaoliz, or Quaoliz. Congrats. Look out for a whisper, and we'll get that to you. Your choice of Mitrovic or Mbappe for tomorrow when the event launches. So that's our first winner. We'll get the other 4 winners underway. You still keep popping that hashtag Scream. All good, all good. Yeah, it's I'm looking through the event right now on my phone. Would have been awesome to show it off, but you know what? Stuff happens. At least we had an awesome walkthrough there by Trey. Trey's the best. He knows what's up with the community, plays the game, knows his stuff. So being involved in Scream Team along with other folks on the design team. So it's great to have him in the show. Second winner here we have, we'll pull it up on screen, is Emma_G_85. Congrats. You are a second winner, so look out for a whisper there, which will be great. You get to choose between those 2 untradeable players, your choice. Hashtag Scream as always. Actually, one other thing I did mention about group stage challengers is we'll have a banner going out with some of the future players, not the ones I mentioned, but some ones in future weeks, because there are more updates, and that banner is looking real good. Like, there are some players on there that are top notch, and a lot of players that you've all been requesting for a while. So especially a certain someone that plays in the UEL, in the Europa League. I don't know who it might be, but he's pretty popular. If you catch my drift here. Great, we've got our third winner up on screen. We'll pop that up. So Son_Frost, congrats. You're our third winner here for Scream Team giveaways. So we'll keep going through these. A little bit of a shorter show so far, but we're tracking good for time here. Don't want to go too long, but we got you all the valuable info you needed, so you can feel somewhat ready for Scream Team. There shouldn't be any crazy surprises then. But yeah, we got our 4th winner coming up here as well. We'll pop that up on screen. Get that up there. Congrats to Alan GRV. ALANGRV. Congrats. 4th winner. So your choice of Mbappe or Mitrovic. But yeah, so got our last winner coming up fairly soon here. But yeah, in terms of Scream Team though, like sure a lot of the things are in formats you've seen before with Tropical Tour and like the fishing hole. Those things are all fairly reminiscent, but there are some nice little changes. Like there's the Witches competition, which is the verse attack. I'm actually excited for that one. Like it's only 5 matches. It's not like Treasure Hunt when it was 10 every day. That was a little heavy in terms of the amount of playing you had to do. Obviously for people in the chat it's nothing, but in terms of just like what we were doing here for the Witches competition was just kind of cool. It was 5 matches, but you just want to score goals. So I'm excited to see how that goes. Take the pressure off of matchmaking, which will be good. But we have our 5th winner here for our Scream Team giveaway. Last but not least, congrats to Icons_7. So you are our 5th and final winner of the Scream Team giveaway. Look out again for a whisper from one of us on the team. Could be Jason, Lucondo, FIFA mobile account. You will be getting a whisper and we'll get those players over to you. Your choice of Mbappe or Mitrovic. So that wraps up the giveaways, chat. That wraps pretty much up our stream right here. Was eating my words there. But yeah, wraps up our stream. Went through some interesting information about Scream Team. Talked about the event with Trey, our designer on the team. Does an awesome job, which will be great. Can't wait for the event. I hope to see you all on FIFA Mobile tomorrow at reset time in Scream Team. And look out for that community challenge. And also complete your quests when it starts tomorrow, because we got to get those rewards. We got to get those kits. We got to get that final player for completing all those community challenge quests. So looking forward to that as always. Appreciate you guys, chat, for coming in today. It was a blast as always. We made do with what happened. Unfortunate circumstances sometimes pop up. It's a live show. Can't always control those things, but you know, the show goes on. We were able still to show some of the screenshots and talk about the players and stats, but you know, next time we'll make sure it's a little cleaner this time. But overall, I had a great time on the show. I hope you did too. And I hope to see you next time. So thank you, take care, and I'll see you guys all later. Bye-bye.